am finally recording a sketchbook tour. I have wanted to do this for a long time. I have a lot of finished sketchbooks. I also have a lot of unfinished sketchbooks, but no, I'm not alone in that. So these are specifically sketchbooks from college. I am starting with my sophomore year sketchbooks. I looked through my freshman year sketchbook, the one that is finished, and I just feel like there's a bit too much cringe in there that I'm not comfortable sharing. So we're starting sophomore year. I feel like sophomore year was one of my strongest years. It's one of the years where I had the most growth, and that's why I'm sharing these. I have, both of these are Crescent Rendr sketchbooks, hardcover. I started using them because of an artist, Free Artworks, was using them in a lot of videos, and the main appeal is that there's no bleed through with markers. So I was like, I need sketchbooks for school, I'll get these. But then I feel like now the thing with Crescent Rendr sketchbooks is the flat lay ones. Those are super popular. Cheyenne Barton, Fran Nerd, all those artists use them, but they're super nice. This sketchbook is covered in stickers and some things that are not stickers but I have stuck on. Three of these are from a friend. They were gifted to me. And then others, I don't remember where I got them or who the artist was. I'll try to look it up, but I can't make any promises. But yeah, just cute little stickers, a little Jennifer's body, a ghost face, and then I have a sticker from the Museum of Moving Image that I went to when I was living in Brooklyn. Yeah, let's start with the small one. The other sketchbook's kind of sad, there's no stickers on the cover, but we'll start with the small one. Both of these start off really similarly. They have very similar stuff in both of them. My roommate, or one of my friends at school at the time, really loved doing these little drawings of herself, and the inside of the hardcover Crescent Rendr has like this plain black page, so I thought I'd fill it up throughout the semester with drawings of myself, because I was like, I need to learn how to do my own little self-portrait doodles. I don't like how they turned out, and the white gel pen just smudged on the other page, so it's not great. And there's some more stickers here, well, really only one, and then a little, I'm assuming like a Twin Peaks tarot card sticker. The first page is a little dull, but it has some Earth Girls Are Easy drawings in it. Jim Carrey and Earth Girls Are Easy. Then I was trying to do a character design lineup as someone who has never done a character design lineup before, for Ricky Coogan from Freaked, because you will see my sophomore year of college I was obsessed with Freaked. Then some blob doodles. Blob doodles are a great way to warm up when you don't know what to do. Just take a marker, do a blob of color, and then do an outline around it and try to make it into something. A Bill and Ted page. I was really having a moment sophomore year. I tried to do this drawing of Alex Winter. This sketch was incredible. I did the line art. I didn't like it. I really like this Bogus Journey drawing of Bill and Ted. The proximity between them. They're gonna kiss. Some like fruit bat doodles. I don't really like how they turned out. And then I was doing like Alex Winter Lost Boys moment as Marco. I like the sketches on this page of Marco. Yeah, Lost Boys. I sophomore year, September, all I would watch on repeat was Freaked, Bill and Ted, and The Lost Boys. This was like a little comic. I had a notebook I was trying to keep ideas in, and then I'd reference back to it for drawing ideas. And this was like based off a story My friend told me when she had like food in the teacher's lounge at school and it was just like weird and gross looking. Another Lost Boys page, and then this was inspired by Dance Gavin Dance lyrics because I'm cringe like that. Kind of a trash page. I love this page. I don't know what I was doing, what I was on, what was going on. I just had this red pen. It was like I rediscovered this red pen and I just like went nuts. I think it was mostly like Pinterest and Instagram images that I had saved and I just like went off. Some Danny Elfman drawings and then some self-portrait doodles. Yeah, some of that. A Twin Peaks spread. A Twin Peaks spread is necessary for every sketchbook. I've never made like really good Twin Peaks art, but I feel like I'll always make a spread and I'm like, it's Twin Peaks vibes. Monster men that I find sexy, okay? And some of these are still true. The Crypt Keeper, he's my husband. Tarman, I love him. And then Ricky Coogan, but I really kind of don't count him now at this moment. Some more Danny Elfman Oingo Boingo drawings. I don't know why, that was just, there's a lot of that in the sketchbook, a lot of Oingo Boingo inspired drawings. I really don't like this page except for my Idle Hands drawing on the bottom here. I love Idle Hands, one of my favorite movies. This is probably the best Idle Hands drawings I've ever done. It's based off of my favorite poster for the movie that I actually have up in my wall right now and I'm staring at. But it's the official poster for this movie sucks so bad. It's the ugliest thing I've ever seen, but there's one that's like super artsy and I'm obsessed with it. And then I drew Anton down there, love him. A little more of an artsy sketch page of brain dumping. I was doing like drawings with Oingo Boingo lyrics. Not a lot of them are good, but the Grim Reaper's cute. A dumb page. Another dumb page. A lot of these are gonna be dumb pages, guys, watch out. A little American Psycho drawing, a little Phantom of the Paradise, more bad lyric pages, an all right lyric page, Red Letter Media, guys. I love Red Letter Media. There's a spread about mostly Jay. I love Red Letter Media. I trust them. Okay, this is when the pandemic hit. I was a pandemic girly. Maybe it wasn't pandemic. Maybe this was just winter break. I know during the pandemic, I was watching It's a Big, Big World very frequently. I was like, I need comfort. I need to watch a baby show. And I remembered that I used to watch It's a Big, Big World on PBS a lot growing up. So I was like, okay, It's a Big, Big World. I don't remember all the characters' names because it's been a while since I've watched an episode. But if you like Bear in the Big Blue House, watch this. It's made by the same people. And it's about rainforest animals. And I drew all the characters. Ick. He's a fish. Yeah, I should draw them again. Now this was actually for an assignment, my first actual assignment page. This was like hand lettering for my typography class. She was like, get this out of the way. This is the only time you'll ever be having fun with type. And yeah. And this was super frustrating. I was not really familiar with Illustrator, and it was a lot of, you know, using the pen tool and trying to get your shapes to look just the way you want is super frustrating. But now I love hand lettering and I love illustrated typography, so it was a good experience. Some more concept school work, honestly, at this point. These are masks from Mr. Robot, which is one of my favorite shows, and I did an assignment on. This was sketching for it was called digital prototyping, but it was pretty much learning After Effects and doing like bringing vectors into After Effects, and this was a parallax assignment. I wanted to do like a little Godzilla, baby Godzilla, and he's in the city, and then you zoom in on him. It didn't turn out how I was envisioning, but I just wanted like a giant kaiju monster, and then you'd go through the landscape to see him. I didn't really know what I was doing on this page. This one's kind of cute little nostalgic stuff. Another page where I don't know what I'm doing. Very classic me. More. Once like I'm out of school or I'm on a break, I really struggled to use my sketchbook because I'd often be procrastinating in school and it would just make me draw on my sketchbook more. But when I was at home, it was like, you know, at a job or I was doing something, so I don't know, where at school it was a different situation. I always have a drawing of a shoe in my sketchbook. We always have to have a shoe drawing, a little self-portrait, doodles, little crummy doodles. And then I was trying to do owl house drawings and I don't like how they turned out. But then this was the start of junior year. You'll see that kind of happen in these sketchbooks where they overlap. And I just picked up a Prismacolor and I just was like, you know what, we're getting into it. We're doing little skull drawings. And I really turned things around. A little Evangelion. There's this one reference image on Pinterest I always have saved, and it always makes me think of Amy from Fright Night, and I just love the vampire of it all. Little monster cereal guys, I love them. And shocker, I really love how this drawing came out. I think it's super slick and graphic, and it doesn't really look like a lot of other things I do, in my opinion. But it's Horace Pinker coming out of the TV. If you haven't seen Shocked, I really recommend it. It's like Wes Craven's weird take on trying to do like a new slasher creator, like a new slasher villain, but it feels too attached to Freddy Krueger still. But it's so fun, it's so weird. The movie makes no sense. I might recommend it. Some girls, this happens. Sometimes you gotta draw girls. Wow, look at that. More girls. I love this spread as like, you know, a spread. It's nice when that happens, when your sketchbook actually looks nice as a spread and then boom, poop. An alright page. I think I was trying to like use my sketchbook more as a journal. I don't love it. A little painting of a cabin. That's the one thing about Crescent Rendr sketchbooks is they're not meant for paint. So a lot of times you'll put paint down in these and then you come back to it and you're like, that is a weird color. Kermit the Frog, we love Kermit. I'm pretty good at drawing him, I'd like to think. Yeah, weird paint page. I don't know what I was doing. I just like needed to do something. This was kind of, this is not my original idea. A little tiger, which is kind of out of my comfort zone. And it was like, I really liked how this came out originally as like a mixed media thing. Like I just liked the texture, I liked the paint colors, but yeah, you can tell a lot of the color has changed over time. I'm trying to do some weird wacky poses, some seagulls, some seabirds, Dolly from Boulet Brothers Dragula, because it was that season that was coming out where Dolly was back, and I was like, all I care about is Dolly winning, because they're literally slaying the game. And that's the end of the sketchbook. Okay, next one, big one. It's big one time. There's information in here, not for you. Okay, next one, big one. Still, like before, I was trying to do these little self-portrait things. I don't really like how they turned out, but it's fine. Some of them are cute. I'll probably go through and include shots of my favorites. And then I have some art in here from friends. I have this stocking drawing from my friend Liz. I'll include the socials. They're written in my sketchbook, but I'll include them in the video. And And then this was a Danny Elfman drawing from my friend Zoe. Love that. And then I read a little fun fact about myself, that I'm named after Dana Scully from the X-Files. So now you know. I was trying to go for a spacey theme for these first sketchbook spreads. So I have some Space Ghost here. I have Zorak, a drawing of Zorak. He is my favorite character. He's actually on my Max account. He's my profile image. So he's very fun to draw. If you've never drawn Zorak before, I recommend it. I have like some Lemon Demon lyrics here, classic art student, with a little crop circle inspired by signs. Some more Bill and Ted drawings. I really like this. That one's cute. Blob drawings, like I said, they're a great way to loosen yourself up. Little monthly favorites with a little wish list. That's fun. Stand By Me drawings, like scene studies. I love Stand By Me, one of my favorite movies. I was thinking of City of Embers, because I remember my class read it in 4th grade and I was like, that was a weird book to read as a class. And I was just thinking about underground city vibes. And this was for my first assignment, kind of illustration assignment of sophomore year, and we all got assigned words and we had to like create a composition based around that word. It was kind of, I would compare it to an editorial assignment that you often get as an illustrator in school, where it's like, okay, you have an editorial thing, you need to get this idea down in an image. And I ended up doing a thing about witches for empowerment. I'll throw up the piece here. I don't really love it now. Maybe I'll redraw it one day, probably not, but I ended up going with this kind of color palette that was very Suspiria inspired. And then these were character designs. We had to redesign a book character, but often everyone just goes with a movie they like, and then they kind of roughly base it on the story. But really they're just designing based off the movie. And I was doing Stand By Me, but the short story is called The Body, which I have read The Body now at this point in my life. And for the most part, The Body is a, like, Stand By Me is a really close adaptation to The Body. I think there are some chapters that are unnecessary, but that's fine. And then this was, I was trying to do like antagonist and main character, so I had Gordy and then I had Ace for my character designs. I'll throw up like my nicer, more finished ones. It's just a lot easier for me. I'm someone who works in my sketchbook first and then I come back and like do it digitally. This is kind of just a horror spread page. I was just trying to have fun. I really love this Carrie still. That's one of my favorites on this page. Kind of a dump page, but I like my share from Clueless. Kind of similar to my red spread in the shorter one. I was using shop tunnel vision for reference for like poses and outfits, and then these were drawings of me and my roommate, not at the time. We were roommates freshman year, and then the beginning of sophomore year we were not roommates, and I missed her very much, very dearly. And we caught up recently. It was so nice. But spring sophomore year we were roommates again. And then these were kind of thumbnails for my composition for my Stand By Me piece. I don't like how that turned out. Maybe I'll do something Stand By Me related again later in the future, because I do love it. It's one of my favorite movies. Little Simpsons Treehouse of Horror page. I love this Devil Ned Flanders. Drawings of my dog because I was missing her at school. It happens. And I was trying to do expression studies of characters in the Iron Giant. And then I took out The Amazing Screw-On Head by Mike Mignola. out of my school's library, and I was like drawing Emperor Zombie because I love his design, and I was just drawing characters from the comic book because I really like, it's an amazing style. I could not draw in that style, but I love the like heavy shadows that are on all the characters. I am someone, I'm not big on color, but I'm huge on line art, so he's definitely an artist that I admire. This was thumbnailing for an assignment. I don't really love how it turned out. I was obsessed with the girl from House of a Thousand Corpses. I watched it in October of that year, and there was just something about this girl and the way she had her hair styled. It's so simple, but I was like, God, I want to look like her. And I did kind of like a horror barn, like Texas Chainsaw Massacre type spread, just totally going off of like a mood board on Pinterest. I don't know why, but during the summer and kind of during my sophomore year, I was just a lot more comfortable drawing in like a notebook rather than a sketchbook. So that's what I was doing. I have a little king here, a little Garfield, Mickey from Shameless, a little Mr. Robot Doodle, and then a buttload of Bill and Ted. I was not joking. I was obsessed with Bill and Ted. And then more Bill, but a lot more Ricky from Freaked. If you haven't seen Freaked, it's free on YouTube. You should get on that. Fully uploaded. And then these were, and it was like a sketchbook assignment where we had to choose song lyrics and then do a composition on them, and I don't know, my professor kind of thought they were boring or like too predictable, so. And then we had a fashion magazine assignment. I didn't love how my stuff turned out, but I like kind of my mood boarding and like sketchbook planning. I did like a playlist collage page. I really do enjoy collaging, and I try to do it when I can. I rewatched the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies. I love them, very special to me. They're a fun time. Like a nostalgic dump page, the comfy couch, and then I think I was collecting some VHS tapes. Classic Dana moment. I was collecting some VHS tapes and I got Casper, so I was watching Casper. I think I was home for Thanksgiving break and I was like, well, I have to watch all the Halloween VHS tapes that I couldn't watch while I was at school. That's literally what I said. It's literally all written here. Okay, anyways, I had a spooky movie marathon, so these are like Casper drawings. And then I watched Hocus Pocus for the second time because we had technically watched it in class. It was the first I ever watched Hocus Pocus, and then I came home and watched it for a second time. I don't think it's overhyped. I mean, maybe it is a little, but it's a good Halloween movie. It feels good. I also watched Practical Magic, but I'm afraid I can't draw any of the pretty ladies in that movie. I have a Duckman drawing, and then ladies love the grimace. It's true. This was planning for my first assignment. Spring of sophomore year, I had to create a GIF, like 2 GIFs that go together, and I had watched 10 Things I Hate About You. I loved it. I loved 10 Things I Hate About You, and I wanted to do Kat's dance on the table and her sister reacting to it. The GIFs turned out fine. They're not great, but my planning for them is so pretty. Gosh, I'm a great planner, not a great executioner. I'm not executing anyone, but you get what I'm saying. I'm not great at the execution. And then here are, it's more planning for that hand lettering assignment I was showing in the smaller sketchbook, but now I was trying to like fit what my kind of finalized design was into the button shape because we were making buttons. I can show them. I actually have Actually, I have them on my pencil case right here. I have one. It's not great. It's not the most legible design ever, but I don't know. I still like it. There's something about it that I do enjoy. Graphic design is not my passion, but I will do it if I have to, is how I feel. One of my favorite assignments from sophomore year, I still am so proud of it, and it's uploaded on my channel. You should go check it out. I had to design or create an opening sequence for a show or a movie or whatever, and I was obsessed with Mr. Robot at the time, so I decided to do Mr. Robot, and this was my rough storyboard. I really love it. I'm still so proud of it. Yeah, you should watch my opening sequence animation that's on my channel. Some typesetting, boring, who cares? I was watching Buffy, and I have some good drawings of Xander in here, and all the other character drawings suck, but I love Buffy. I totally dropped off of watching it after sophomore year, but sophomore year, I was watching Buffy extensively. And now we're kind of hitting that patch where I'm like out of school, so I'm not using my sketchbooks as much. It's like summertime, and I'm like, I don't know what to do in here. I did the painting of a pretty lady. I did some fruit. Like, you just get to that point where it's like, if I'm not given a prompt, I don't know what I'm doing. Or if I'm not trying to spend my time avoiding an assignment, why am I here? I think I'm better at this now, but sophomore year, that's the place I was at. I found these videos on YouTube. I recommend them. They're by Karen Britchick. They're called What Everyone is Wearing in New York. And I was about to move to New York City, and I was very scared. And these videos just made me feel a lot more excited. And they were also a great reference for posing and seeing how fabric lays on certain people. And I was kind of inspired by Fran Nerd. I feel like she's someone who at this time was like drawing people around New York and sketchbooks a lot, and I was like, you know what, I just want to draw pretty people in New York. So there's a lot of these pages where I was just drawing kind of my favorite poses or outfits or expressions that people had, and just getting inspired by the fashion. So yeah, this is a great YouTube video series if you're ever like, I don't know what to watch, or you just want to get sucked into something. These are really fun. I get that some people, like with the, hey, what are you listening to type, like the trend of someone coming up to you on the street and asking what you're wearing or what you're doing. I get to a lot of people that can be super annoying or seem super annoying, but there's something about these videos that feels very wholesome to me. Yeah, super sweet. Ugh. Ugh. And I like the colors that often pop up seasonally. It's just a fun observation of things. And then kind of a girl painting I didn't finish because I didn't feel like it. And just like Pinterest reference images. And then some blob drawings. It happens. We love doing blob drawings. A cryptid page, it's super fun. I love the colors. And then a Twin Peaks page, because I said every sketchbook needs one. Maybe one day I'll make actual good Twin Peaks art. More drawing people. And then blobs. And then, we're kind of working backwards here. I'm warning you right now, we're working backwards. So, this was, this was my junior year, and this was this actually was spring semester. This isn't even fall semester. So I was using a different sketchbook, and then I came back to this one because I was like, you're not done. So there's some different planning going on in here. This is for an album art assignment I had, and then this was for a propaganda poster assignment I had, and these are just my color comps. This is kind of like a mix of color comps and like thumbnails, this is my professor's take on my thumbnails. And then this is what I was doing. I was reading Annihilation by Jeff Vandermeer. I have not finished the Southern Reach trilogy. Maybe one day I will. I finished Annihilation. I loved Annihilation. I felt very strongly about Annihilation. I still do. These are clearly more inspired by the movie, which I hadn't seen yet, but I was like, that imagery is more, yeah, the colors are taken from the books. Okay, that's what I'll say. My color choices are taken from the book covers, but my imagery is taken from the movie. It's just more recognizable to a lot of people. And with the books, it's like, it's a lot more challenging for me to draw a slug creature from my imagination and make it look scary, where like the bear is just so iconic, so I went with the bear. But they were supposed to be like travel posters mixed with propaganda, so I was like, what's a place, or my professor was kind of prompting it like, it could be fictional, what's a place where you do not want to go? And I was like, Area X, baby. So that's what I did. I finished Annihilation and I started the second book. What is it? I want to say Acceptance, but that's the last one. Annihilation. I'll look it up. Wait, hold up. This is so stupid. Southern Reach trilogy. Authority. Okay. My camera's about to die. Authority. I started it, I was almost at the end of it, and then the semester ended, so I stopped reading the book. But it's not as fun as the first one, in my opinion. And then these are color comps for an album design assignment, which, alright, my camera died, but I'm back. It's darker out, so I'm probably going to finish up filming this and film the rest of my sketchbook tours another day from college. So these are my thumbnails for the album art assignment, and I was doing Dance Gavin Dance. It was either that or Oingo Boingo. I decided to do singles, so I chose like 3 songs, and then I did different designs based off those songs. And I did Slouch, Midnight Crusade, and Death of a Strawberry. Honestly, the Midnight Crusade one is my favorite. I'll throw up the finished ones up here. I'm pretty sure Midnight Crusade is in my portfolio. I just really like how they turned out. I was trying to do them in the style of Matthias Adolfsson, who is the illustrator that does their album artwork. So I was doing ink and watercolor. I'm pretty happy with how that one turned out. The other ones could be a lot stronger, but I was kind of working in a style that I don't usually. And then some like blob drawings and color swatches, marker color swatches, yeah, to end the sketchbook. So thank you so much for watching. And joining me here for my sophomore year sketchbook tours. I only have one sketchbook from junior year, but as you kind of saw, these went from sophomore year into junior year, but I only have one from junior year, and even that goes into senior year, and then I have like a billion sketchbooks from my senior year. So that I'll probably make that not that long after this. So thank you so much, and I hope you enjoyed.